Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the virtual forum for National Taiwan Normal University (NTNU) and Kyushu University Business School (QBS). I'm Michelle, GFE student at NTNU. We are here today to exchange information between school participants to discuss how COVID-19 is reshaping business strategies. To begin with, I would like to invite the professors to give us our opening remarks. Now, please join me in welcoming the Executive Vice President and Professor of NTNU, Professor In Yong-san. Professor In, please.
Thank you. Professor Takada, Professor Hashino, and Professor Higasha. And please bear with me if I cannot read all your names from the QBS. And Dean Andrew Sen and Professor Lai and the participants, all the students, welcome to this virtual forum. It is a bit of a shame that we cannot face-to-face to have this forum. And I eagerly looking forward to seeing you in the near future if COVID-19 goes away and allow us to do so. And I would like to give you a background of why we will have this friendship and collaboration. This goes back to year 2018, October 22nd. There were almost 30 professors came from NTNU visiting your beautiful campus in Kyushu. And I clearly remember that day, the vivid and also your cordially welcoming all the professors from our side. And the next year, in year 2019, and a group of almost 30 professors came from Kyushu to visit NTNU. Then we signed the strategic partnership, and we started this collaborations full-fledged between all the colleges level, including College of Science, Education, and also school business. And this is a wonderful collaborations for both the universities. We only have 3 strategic partners in the world. The first is Kyushu University, the second is UCLA, the third is Penn State University. And we highly value this relationship since our professors and the students, their research and the teaching collaborations can be moving up to the next level. And I also very excited to look at the topic the forums is held in today. When we look at the perspective from the College of Business to see the COVID-19 brought the tsunami and unprecedented influence to the human mankind. And from the College of Business, we should be more careful to see. I remember in last year, and suddenly there are 2 identified cases happened in NTNU. And all the courses need to transfer to the online courses teaching. And since our university has prepared for a long time, so we have no big problems to switch all the courses into online. But if we ask, this equality is not disseminated to the other universities. There are so many universities, they are unprepared for this COVID-19 tsunami. So if we ask, is this equality also happening in the other College of Business? That clearly the answer is no. So for Kyushu University and NTNU, I highly expect to see the university's social responsibility to help others to go through this global pandemic. This is the first expectations and the voice drawn from the university. The second we also see is uneven distributions and growth among the sectors. In last year, when we have this great lockdown in all the nations, including Taiwan, let me report a number to you. In last May, before the last May, annually we will have around 1.5 million Taiwanese goes goes to abroad goes to abroad in half a year, in 6 months. But in the last May, according to the statistics, we only have 20,000 Taiwanese goes to abroad. So you can see there are huge number of reductions of international visits. In 5 months, last May, usually we will have a half a million visitors came from all over the world. And in last year, there's only 6,000 visitors. So these great lockdowns also transform the uneven growth to the other sectors. There are lots of small medium enterprises lost business and goes bankrupt. But we also see the IT growth, the airline shipping, and they have the best year, the golden gray years in the past. So this uneven growth is also a very important issue to the College of Business students and also to the professors. So we are highly looking forward to hearing your voice and your expertise, how our courses and the research will be remodified. And this will be our journey and also our responsibilities. And I wish you have a wonderful forum and or everybody have the flourish ideas exchange in this forum. Thank you very much for your listening.
Thank you, Professor Ying. And let's welcome the Dean and Professor of the College of Management at NTNU, Professor Shen Yongzhen. Professor Shen, please. Professor Shen.
Yes, Professor Takada, Professor Hoshino, and Vice President Professor A and Professor Lam, and everyone at that conference. It's really an honor to be here. And let me start with a little story that happened to me yesterday. Yesterday I took a taxi on my way here, and I hopped back to what has happened into the taxi. Driver started to cough. Okay, and it's 1 cough, and 2 and 3. And I believe you're going to feel how I feel yesterday. I started to feel anxious. Yeah, both of us were okay, and I wrote down the window, and he could totally understand. And then he decided to do water. And at the end of the trip, he told me he apologized to me. Actually, I was just joking. This was actually to me, but anyway. So, none of the scenario just mentioned what happened 2 years ago. 2 years ago, when I wear masks. 2 years ago, we'll be feel anxious with the taxi drivers. But now we do. Okay. This pandemic is an unprecedented experience. Unless we were born before 1980, there was a time of the Spanish flu. This should be our first time with a global experience and global discovery. But anyway, through these 2 years of experiences, we see that a lot of changes are happening. Some changes may be transferred, but some changes are not. Okay. So we are still, I believe that the impact is far greater, far more than we see today. I think the list of the last, and there was a CNH journalist, activism journalist, great Zakaria, beautiful, of 10 lessons for post-pandemic work. In the book, he mentions different aspects of the changes that's happening, that global pandemic that includes globalization. In a sense, this pandemic happens because of globalization. And we also see the force of deglobalization going on schools. But we need to their takes and their gifts. And we need global collaboration to prevent the future out of the future now. Okay? But there are also a lot of implications of this plan, not just about safety, but also in terms of global politics, regional politics, and digital economy. So I think we all need to be prepared of a piece of the great. And I hope this conference is a great start to understand the impact of these changes and the changes are going to face that too in the next decade. So I wish the success of this conference. Thank you.
Shan. Next, let's welcome the head and professor of Kyushu University Business School, Takata Sensei. Takata Sensei, dozo.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me clearly? Okay. Thank you. My name is Megumi Takata, the head of QBS. And on behalf of the QBS community, I'd like to address my opening remark briefly. First of all, I'd like to thank all the participants today from both sides of NTNU and QBS. Especially Professor Lai made a tremendous effort and contribution to QBS since last winter semester, despite a very, very difficult situation, pandemic situation. So once again, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to Professor Lai. Thank you. So due to the pandemic since last year, international exchange have been huge constraints. Even in this difficult situation, we have this online forum today. So here, I'd like to thank all the students coordinators and faculty advisors at NTNU and QBS. I'm so proud that students continue to learn through ingenuity. So now our daily life is strongly rely on the virtual environment. Everyday meeting, class discussion, academic conferences, and so on and so on. By the way, in the late 1980s, Wim Wenders, he's a very famous German film director. His film work won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival in 1980s. So he mentioned before, the reality becomes the second hand because of the overloaded information. It seems the current pandemic may accelerate it. So we have to choose the virtual environment as a first option for a while. But does it mean the reality becomes a second hand? No, definitely no. Today's exchange forum, for example, is a very important milestone for our future direct relationship. When cross-border travel becomes possible again, we can visit each other and discover the valuable new things which are not seen in virtual environment. So I hope all of you enjoy the forum today. Thank you.
Thank you, Takata Sensei. Now the next word is a keynote speech. We are very delighted to invite Mr. Chen Li-hen, the founder and the president of the France Collection, to give us the keynote speech. And his topic is the integrated marketing strategy in the post-pandemic era. Let's welcome President Chen.
Okay. Konnichiwa. I am Franz Chen, founder and CEO of France Collection, one of the world's leaders in porcelain art. The last time I visited Kyushu was in November 2018. The Fukuoka city government invited me to give a speech at the 35th Traditional Crafts Convention in Fukuoka. Okay, whisper. After the speech with our partner, Okano's invitation, Branch Collection held a very special exhibition in Roppongi, Tokyo. Okano is a kimono company from Fukuoka, founded in 1897. So today, as a representative of Taiwan's cultural and creative industry, I am very happy to have this opportunity to share my experiences and the lessons Branch Collection has learned during the pandemic period with all of you. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. Many people might think that this sentence comes from the famous quote of the evolutionist Charles Darwin. Actually, it comes from Leon Matheson, an American professor of management and marketing in the 1960s. However, no matter who said it, we all have to admit a fact. This sentence perfectly describes that the developing of an enterprise is like life on Earth and human civilization. The so-called survival of the fittest is often decided by one's precision and speed. The global pandemic, which has lasted for almost 2 years, and the end sign is not there yet, is no doubt the most terrible tragedy for most enterprises in the 21st century. Some companies have come to the end of their rope, while some others have found the dark flowers. The biggest difference between them is whether they have the ability to be the first ones to create a new set of sales strategy and brand planning that integrates marketing, digitalization, and the consumer psychology in the growing and changing markets. In the torrent of the fourth revolution of science and technology, in addition to natural and man-made disasters and other unavoidable risks, we humans cannot resist technological development that is leading the evolution of civilization with unprecedented strength from lifestyle, work style, education, interpersonal relations, and even national governance. Every aspect of civilization is changing rapidly and connecting with each other by digital technology. This pandemic has accelerated the pace of global digitization. Various and frequent lockdown has promoted the vigorous growth of the stay-at-home economy and has also encouraged the growth of household appliances, consumer electronic products, and well-established digital platforms, such as laptops, video games, and online shopping, etc. As long as they have a smooth and reliable supply chain and logistics providers, it is not different to become the winner of it's not difficult to become the winner of natural selection in this pandemic economy. However, for other industries that have difficulties to catch up with the trend of the stay-at-home economy and have been relying heavily on physical retailing model, when they try to digitalize their marketing model, they must also take consumer psychology into consideration because digital technology and consumer psychology are just like the yin and yang in Tai Chi, which means when you combine these two elements, into one circle, you can stand out from the old model to fight against the changing times. So far, the most famous case, or we should say the most infamous case, is a company called Cambridge Analytica. This company greatly and widely applied digitalization and consumer psychology during important elections of several countries a few years ago. I extremely dislike their disgraceful tricks, which mess up those countries' democratic political structure. But on the other hand, I have to say this company is a good player, but on the wrong pace. And every company should make good use of the integration of digital technology and consumer psychology to cope with rapid changes in the markets in the post-pandemic era. French Collection always believes that the craft industry is a combination of technology, culture, and art, which leads us to pursue truth, kindness, and beauty. So, of course, we cannot stand apart from the trends of state-owned economy. Last year, we cooperated with Maju Liquid Factory, jointly developed a limited edition Maju commemorative wine. This year, to give a try on digital marketing, we launched a campaign by inviting the public to give a name to this liquid bottle, and the fantasy of Blue Tears is its final name. The naming activity attracted over 20,000 people to participate. All the bottles were sold out at the pre-sale period, and later we had to select the buyers by lucky draw because too many orders were received. Moreover, in addition to digital marketing, our sales team is also learning how to utilize consumer psychology. In brick and mortar stores, we try to observe and illustrate consumers' profile, such as their hobbies, favorite food, etc., and to accumulate this data. Meanwhile, on internet, we use social media and the digital platforms to build up more diversified virtual consumption scenarios. I believe that in the keen competition in the post-pandemic era, the integration of digital technology and consumer psychology will always be the unavoidable future key point of companies and brands. Above that, the integration of physical and virtual channels will be the next up test for companies and brands. The ones who can integrate these elements and adapt new models fast would be the survival of the fittest. For example, the recent rise of the concept of metaverse will also affect the global business outlook and the industrial layout. That's why virtual reality, artificial intelligence, blockchain, etc., are getting hotter and keeps breaking their limits. However, we must remember all of these technological fantasies cannot cut off the interconnection of mankind and things. Therefore, whoever can will penetrate the integration of human nature and the good use of technology will be the one who can survive the fourth technological revolution. In addition to above, my suggestion is to increase and strengthen the investment of researching and developing something that is different but related to your original field. We call it as crossover. All products have their life cycles. For French collection, traditional porcelain products are the first curve. In order to prepare ourselves for future decline of the life cycle of traditional porcelain products, France has already started R&D of porcelain 3D printing back to 18 years ago. Nowadays, 3D printing is not something new, but 3D printing of porcelain is another story. We have been using such high-tech precision technology, a second curve, to complement our existing product line. In addition to porcelain 3D printing, France has developed new applications for medical use with 3D printing technology, such as dental crown and neural probe, as well as other applications which require extremely high precision, such as nanosatellite and semiconductor components. We have actively started cooperations with large medical institutions and semiconductor companies in Taiwan. Before the Q&A, I would like to share some keywords of today's speech with you again. Digitalization is the giant wheel that drives the world now. Technology pursues truth, culture pursues kindness, art pursues beauty. Digital application plus consumer psychology plus fashion trends will take the lead. Give you a definition of what I found of an advantage industry. That is, for an advantage industry, technology is the support, culture is the appeal, market needs is the orientation, and creativity is the core. Combining production, marketing, and service to form a competitive value chain. A node is a connection and redistribution point. It is a chain to utilize internet nodes to promote enterprise messages, collect feedbacks, integrate online to offline channels so as to maximize the markets. Crossover investment, increase and strengthen investment in R&D in your own relative field. Last but not the least, back to basic. The true heart of an entrepreneur creating a better life for human beings. So this is my speech today. Now we can start Q&A. Any questions?
Does someone want to ask a question?
President Chen,
Yes.
When you mentioned the most competitive, the terms attract a lot of attention. Particularly, I'm interested. So if we lack of digitalizations or the technology skills far behind the trend, does that suggest the culture will be less competitive and the product will be sold more difficult in the future? And this is my wondering questions. But your speech is very, very, very interesting, and the wording and also the PPTs really give me the different thoughts of how to make a presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, culture is very important. Culture is the appealing, but without the technology support, you cannot get the people to know you. So nowadays, it's so important. You have to know how to utilize the new technology, especially the internet, because this is the place, the internet, the nodes is the place you have to use it to deliver your company message and get the feedback, and then integrate again online, offline to improve your business model. So that's why I said technology is the support. And a lot of people, especially the artists, the performing artists, or the musician, whatever, they know culture very well. They know they are artists, but they seldom pay attention to the technology, such like if they want to promote themselves, if they don't know the market data science, I think they don't have the chance. So nowadays, if we don't get to know the technology and use it to embrace it, I don't think we can make a big success.
If you allow me to ask one little question again.
Please.
I have the other question is when we spend time to know our own culture, and when we have a culture and creative products to become industries, but we happen to see only around 10% of the culture and creative products can be exported in Taiwanese data. So I know you are one of the most important collectors of porcelain. And how do we transform this localization, local culture, and become acceptable cultural image by the others? And that become a product or the values. And so I found quite difficult how to transform the localization become the globalization.
This is really good question. First, you have to think big, act small. Don't focus on your own local culture. You have to think big. You have to think about global culture. This is a very important point. A lot of time, Oriental peoples always think about their own culture. They didn't pay attention to the so-called international language. I'm not talking about English or German or Japanese. International language help you to get on the stage of the international platform. So when you are deciding you're going to be a global brand, don't just think about your own culture. Okay, so from there you pick up the elements globally can accept that kind of stuff. So that's why in Taiwan we don't see a lot of big successful cultural and creative industry company, because they keep thinking their own culture. Okay, I hope my answer is good for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, President Chen.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. My name is Megumi Takata of Kyushu University Business School. Thank you so much for a very impressive speech. You mentioned about the power of Trinity, technology, culture, and art. So could you give a business school student how they can get the a kind of understanding the art, or gaining the art related capability? Because technology understanding or culture understanding is more familiar with the business school students, but art is a little bit difficult, I suppose. So could you give them the some advice to how they get that? Thank you.
Good. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people they misunderstand art. Let me give you a definition of art for myself. Okay. Art is a kind of creativity. Okay, but art, first important thing is art has to touch heart. Without touching heart, it's not an art at all. Second thing is art can inspire imagination. If you cannot inspire someone's imagination, it's not art. Third thing is art can enrich life. If you don't enrich life, what is it? No use at all. The last point is the most difficult one. Art is about unique interpretation. So if you meet this four qualification, it is art. But you don't need to meet all four of them. Sometimes maybe you inspire some people. Maybe the other people don't like it. Okay? Sometimes you touch a lot of people, but maybe not so useful. All right? So, but at least you get to one thing. If you make it happen, then you could be an artist.
All right, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Chen.
Thank you.
Many thanks
Thank
for
you.
your informative sharing. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Now we are going to have a team presentation session. Each team, please limit your presentation to 10 minutes. The team will be noticed the 1 minute left signal when your presentation has come through 9 minutes. And at the end of the session, we will have a group discussion on the reported presentations. We welcome for your questions and comments during the interaction breakout session. Now, I would like to hand over to NTNU team number 3, 第三组请。第三组，请问您准备好了吗？Please give a few minutes to NTNU team number 3. 第三组，请准备。第三组，请您确认一下声音，现场没办法听到。We're sorry for the technical issue. Please waiting for a few minutes.
Hello, can you hear me?
对，我们可以听到声音了。
Is this clear to you? 可是会有
现场没有，现场的麦先收掉，现场的麦先收掉，让他用电脑直接。
Hello, Michelle, if you can hear me?
If everyone online can hear the voice from the
Thank
meeting,
you. Okay, please tell everyone can see the slides.
Takada Sensei, can you voice or hear the voice?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Thank you, excellent. Minasan, konnichiwa. Hajime onegaishimasu. Whatever you are called this. That's all. The Japanese I can talk. Hello everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Evia. Today I'm very honored to be on behalf of my team to share with you all regarding how the Michelin star restaurant transformation in COVID-19. So far, everything's good. Okay. I have divided my presentation into two parts. The first of all is the team introduction, and the second part is the transformation of Michelin restaurant in Taiwan during COVID-19. Our team is composed of diverse elites. We got artists, sales, marketer, fashion chief editor, product designer, and jewelry designer. Then here is our team. Now the first slide shows the first one is Kevin Huang. He is the product designer and he has experienced a lot of engineering design in China. Now he is the freelancer and enjoying the retirement life. Okay, the second one is me. I'm Evia Huang, and right now I'm the e-commerce manager at McDonald's. And the third one is Vicky Liu. She is the new media director at Axio TV. And Ben Chen, you can see the handsome guy on the screen. He is the wholesale manager at Silly Asia. And the second slide shows the last three members in my team. The first one is Mei Yi. She is the general manager at iCloud Design Studio, and the beautiful Michelle Zhang on the screen as well. And she is the jewelry designer at M Jewels. And the last one, our great mental sculptor. He is the Jason Shi. Okay, that's our team. And let's move to our main topic today. The coronavirus pandemic has reached almost every country in the world. During the lockdown, the most dramatic impact to the restaurant is the ban on dine-in. Let's have an overview on what Taiwan Michelin restaurants did to survive from the dine-in ban. First of all, not the roast duck is I'm going to show you is the less is more. What do we mean the less is more? First of all, the restaurant may decrease the menu complexity to maximize the operation efficiency. Such as the next restaurant is called La Paula's, which focuses on the specialization of roast duck. And the second one is the fresh and edge Italian steak house, offered beef noodles, dumplings, and the box meal to go. Yeah, this is very important. It is the steak house, but it offers the beef noodles to go. So, and this is the famous hotel in Taipei. Also, you can see that you can order the meal via Klook online, and you can even enjoy the free delivery within Taipei and the new Taipei city as well. And you can see a very rich and very delicious standal. You can choose from the menu. And also, apart from the bento, you can also enjoy all dishes in combo. So that is will be two menu, and you can choose a lot of dishes from the selections. And most important of all, some restaurants even raise in-house delivery service team. So we take the example of the Sheraton Great Hotel. You can see that they have their in-house delivery for them to deliver the meals in the box set to their customers. And also, you can be a home chef and you can enjoy the meal and cook or reheat the prepared packaged food at home. So you can be your own home chef. Okay, to sum up, you can see that a lot of merchandise transformation during the COVID-19 period. Most important of all, how to transfer their menu from dine-in to takeout and delivery. So you can see that very popular one is the lunch box. And the second will be the combo set. So you can enjoy the hotel or very famous Michelin restaurant combo as well. And also the last one is the prepared or the packaged food you can buy and enjoy the meal at home. So that is the main merchandise transformation. But let me see my script. Okay, the most impactful change of the ban on dining is, which we have already mentioned in the previous sharing around balance, is the digitalization. You can see that all restaurants, they all forced to go digital in a flash. So we take this Shuangyuan, which is the very famous street food in Taipei, and it is the Michelin gourmet list on the Michelin gourmet list as well. So let's look at what they have done during the pandemic. First of all, we can talk about the business model. You can see that the food delivery aggregators is the must. In Taiwan, Foodpanda and Uber Eats are the major players in Taiwan. So they brought a lot of business during this period. And the second one we want to share with you is the Line official online ordering. In Taiwan, Line is the most popular communication apps in Taiwan. The penetration is over 80 to 90%, which means everyone has the Line. So you can communicate via Line. So in this period, the restaurant, they set up their Line official account. So you can order and pay via the Line account. And you can go pick up and carry out. So that would be a very efficient way to every small shop. They can go digital. And I would call it like a modularization transformation. So the business model is the biggest impact. And also the diverse merchandise. So packaged food is the must. So that would be the basic part during the pandemic transformation. Okay, and also because of the digital and the internet, the chefs, they show their live streaming cooking show via social media such as Instagram and also a lot such as Facebook. So you can enjoy the meal and see what the chef's doing, prepare the food. Okay, to sum up, during the pandemic, these two factors are the most important. The first one is the technology and the innovation. The first one is online ordering system, that is the must, and also the delivery aggregator, and also the contactless payment because money is dirty, so you can pay via mobile payment or credit card. So that will be more safe to us. And also you can see how their kitchen display to their online streaming. And the second part important is the marketing and communication. So you can we just share you a lot of the product development, and also they have the restaurant have their own own delivery team, and the chef share their recipe as well. And most of all, they can have the cooking class online as well to engage with their customers. So those are the two important key points in Taiwan during the pandemic. Okay, and one last thing, standing with Taiwan, a lot of chefs or restaurants they prepare a lot of lunchbox donation to medical personnel because the frontline uh, doctor and nurses they are very they are doing a very hard job to fight against the pandemic. So in Taiwan, we share with them the free meal box and to show the chefs and the restaurant show their caring and empathy for the medical personnel. Okay, so that is the treasure of Taiwan spirit. We conquer, we share, and we overcome. That's the same as our friendship with Japan. We share, we hand in hand in a difficult time. Okay, that's all. Thank you for your time. On behalf of my team, I express our blessings to you all. Arigato.
Thank you for your presentation. The next is the QBS team number 5. Team number 5, please. We welcome QBS team number 5 for the presentation. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Could you see my slide?
Yes.
Okay. One sound please.
Good afternoon, everybody. Nice to meet you. I am Wang Linping. You can also call me Dr. Wang. I'm from China, Guangdong Province, and graduated from China Agricultural University. I used to work for a consulting company which is committed to helping the rural economy by planning agricultural tourism projects, ecotourism projects, and cultural tourism projects in countrysides that have natural beauty and special cultural resources. Because of this job, I started to climbing mountain and hiking. I made it my hobby. Team member Mr. Hayashi is not feeling well today, and I will introduce him for you. His name is Hayashi Kunihiko. He's from Toyama City in Japan. He has been working for an insurance company since he graduated from Nagoya University. Since 2021, he has been attending QBS to study business administration while working for a company. His hobbies are soccer, marathons, and hot spring trips. But the most important thing now is spending time with his doctor.
Hi, very nice to meet you. My name is Sumiko Boyd.
I'm currently working for a healthcare company. My hobby is winter sports, especially snowboarding in Hokkaido every year with my family. But I have not been able to do so for the past 2 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Hopefully, I will be able to go back this winter to enjoy my hobby again. And then today, I'm very happy to speaking with Taiwan to everybody because of my favorite food is Taiwanese pineapple. I had it for the first time this summer and love it. It's very sweet and very fresh. I wish I could have it every year in Japan.
COVID-19 has have given the restaurant industry a great damage all over the world. Japan is the same. Because of COVID-19, Japan has declared many times of the state of emergency. During this state, guest seats in restaurants are not available. Restaurants must be closed before 8 p.m. and cannot provide alcohol for guests. These limitations give a strong damage to restaurant industries, especially izakaya business, ramen business, restaurants and facility, and fly meal business, which is closely related to travel. Next, please. Next, please. Right. But not all the restaurants remain in deficit, such as Japan KFC and most food service, Japan's McDonald's, and Sushiro, and Tori Kizoku. This fast food business, the sushi business, achieve a surprise and even earn more. They are the same restaurant industries, but why izakaya business and ramen business suffer damage, and Japan KFC and Sushiro Torikizaku receive revenue? Compare the business model, we can find out the reasons. Next, please. Time zone, number of seats, turnover rate, and unit price are the four factors that affect the restaurant's revenue. Because of the state of emergency, there are limitations of working hours, limitations of guest seats, limitation of dance location, and telework. This limitation and change of work style affect the time zone and number of seats. Izakaya business. Main time zone are dinner time and midnight. Because of the state of emergency, working hours have to be shortened. Ramen business. Because of the limitation of guest seats providing, and ramen is not suitable for takeout, its number of seats reduced. Food court business generally located at city center, good location before, but now because of the limitation of dense location and telework, many restaurants have to shut down. However, the same izakaya business, Tore Kizoku extends its working hour to lunchtime by doing business of chicken burger. Compared to ramen, sushi is suitable for takeout. And Japan KFC, located not only at a city center but also as suburbs. Taking balance of working hours, location, and products suitable for takeout, these restaurants make a diverse business model which can hedge the risk due to COVID-19. After COVID-19, I think we will deeply understand the importance of business model diversity and risk distribution in restaurant industries and other industries. Next, please.
And also, delivery of food has also added value to the food. What was once a weekend luxury has now become a daily necessity. This has brought a little more luxurious and delicious food to the home. As a result of year-on-year comparison between April 2020 and March 2021, the number of annual users of Otoriyose, it means the food delivery, increased by 2.45 times. The number of new companies entering the delivery market has also tripled in response. Items that used to be available only by going to a local market are now available as delivery orders. With home cooking and cooking class online, we can meet the demand for our own needs. With home cooking, you can enjoy the taste of the shop, even in an environment where it is difficult to go outside due to going out restrictions. You can eat freshly prepared food, and in addition, it will be cheaper because you cook it yourself. If your favorite shop serves fresh produce, you can support them. By combining cooking food with an online cooking class, you can enjoy a more authentic taste of the restaurant. Even if you're not good at cooking, you can become a cook by practicing more elaborate dishes. And restaurants are now required to close at 8 o'clock, once I already explained. So some of Michelin restaurants are opening in the morning instead. For example, you can have a French course in the morning at a restaurant. This way, you can enjoy French cuisine with your children. Normally, children can welcome to the dinner time the French restaurant. As you can see, the COVID-19 pandemic has created a wide new range of dining and food options for consumers, allowing them to enjoy meal in a style they have never seen before. So is that our presentation? Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. The next presentation is on NTNU Team Number 1. 第一组，请准备。
Hello. Hello, can everybody hear me? Clear now? Wonderful. Hello, everybody. My name is Christine, and on behalf of my team, I'm Christine and Patty, Derek, Claire, Waiting, Lenny, and Rose. Our team is going to present this new basketball P-League in Taiwan. Was just formed last year. I think this is what we would like. Yes. In 2020, COVID-19 put a hard effect on all of our lives. However, Taiwan basketball had an opportunity for a major shakeup. Before I start presenting, I'm going to show you this video clip, which is 1.5 minutes about. This is the playoff season of the mission. Well, let's take a look. All right. Well, thank you for watching. So I'm going to speak louder. Excuse me for my voice. So last year, because of the pandemic infections and the island's level level 3 on COVID alert, we have been afforded the chance to slow things down and pay more attention to local basketball. For those of us who like to watch basketball, this is a very, very eventful time for us. Besides the exciting NBA, I'm sure a lot of us feels like I do. Taiwan basketball had a new aura since last summer. So last year, CEO Blackie Chen with the slogan 是时候了，20年磨一剑, roughly translating to the time is now, and 20 years forging the swords, founded a long-awaited professional basketball league in the Plus League, beginning a new chapter in Taiwan's basketball. The original of 4 teams, the Fubon Taipei Braves, Italian Pilots, the Hsinchu Zhekou Gongchengshi Pioneers, and Formosa Taishin Dreamers, awoke the excitement for the sports through their individual team marketing and star power. They demonstrated this island has a great potential, igniting the passion for basketball in the public. So besides the 4 teams, through the first season would not be perfectly enjoyable with the ending because of the pandemic. The Plus League lead to a fever for watching their games. In the off seasons, the league continues to improve and provide a lot of discussion about the new teams and free agent signings. Today, let's explore all the changes to the Taiwan basketball climate. So just 2 months ago, P-League teams announced 9 players either joining different teams or gatherings signed from different leagues. The new teams, the New Taipei Kings and the Kaohsiung Steelers, have added talented players, and the original teams have been addressing their team to make more improvements and so on. Also, young players are more willing to turn professional. Just last month, around 66 players signed up to P-League's first draft, and 50 of which met the criteria to enter the draft. This demonstrates there is available top league domestically for young players to aspire to, and is an inspiration for kids at lower levels to continue to participate in the sports. This also creates 300 plus job opportunities created on many levels, such as marketing and so forth. So the game structure cultivates home court culture go to the home and away competition. This is to connect with the local community to create local fan recognition and boost local economy. So we have the 6 cities with 6 stadiums with different capacities. So the viewership on YouTube, which is pretty impressive because we only won this whole league in less than 4 months. So in 4 months, we built, besides Taoyuan Arena, the game was like closed doors because of the pandemic. So total game was 40, and you can see the attendance is pretty high. So the average of 5,500 people almost each game. So the capacity of game 2.4%, which is rather high. And viewership on YouTube is even higher. We have 63,000 viewers and total viewership of 25.5 million views. So we also have a strong viewership and engagement with all sorts of different medias. And these are the television coverage and some exposures that we can see. The big coverage with a lot of activities going on. And high quality entertainment experience is very versatile, innovative in-game activities such as we will bring hip hop into basketball. We will invite, of course, cheerleaders, dancing and performing artists to sing, and Aboriginal kids to join in the game, make it more excitement and brings up the heat to the basketball game. So for online presence, we have majorly using 4 platforms, which is Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And especially for the CEO himself, he alone is kind of like a very influential media because he's owning 2.5 million followers on Facebook and 2.9 million followers on IG, which will help him a lot to be more influential and promote Plastic upward and forward. So this is the league pathway, creating a pipeline where players can take part from beginning to the end, and making a living playing professionally is necessary. From now on, kids in Taiwan can really say they want to grow up to be a basketball player. And so we also have some brand collaboration. Now, the PLG is going to want to not just to based on the local basketball league, but we also want to reach out. And the first country that reached out to us is Japan. And so I did a little study about Japan's basketball league. You have a very matured and amazing 36 teams in the B League with 3 divisions. And as I know, you have this rising Zachary.
1 minute left.
Yes, yes, maybe you can spell that right because I can't read Fukuoka. Sorry. Okay, so this is a Japanese basketball team, and this is the 2nd division, but there's a Taiwanese player linked to it. Just joined the B League team, and they're based in Fukuoka. And then they were coached by Joe Bryant. And if some of you know, Joe Bryant is the father of Kobe Bryant, which coached them in 2015. Very impressive. And he also says something. A very short welcome. And then this is the news that will be released next week, but I would love to share it you here first. The B League and Plus League is going to collaborate first time in the end of September 30. So how are we gonna collaborate in COVID-19? Seems impossible, right? But we made it with the B League, very helpful, and we're gonna do broadcasting both sides of the games. So B League will broadcast P League's game, and P League will broadcast B League's game. So this is the side you will see in Japan, and this is the side you see in Taiwan. So it's in Tokyo and UQ King versus P League. We have the Dreamers versus the Braves, and I really think the pandemic is hard for each and every one of us. But in terms of entertainment, we still need something to look forward to and bring inspiration and energy to the world. So thank you so much. That's what I have to do.
Thank you. The next is QBS team number 4. Team number 4, please.
Okay, I can share my slide.
Finish.
Jackson, do you see my slide?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, thank you. Hello everyone. We are QBS Team 4. Our theme is what is the best way to buy courses? I'd like to introduce my team members. First, Coach-san.
Hello, nice to meet you.
And next, Fan-fan.
Hello, everyone.
Next, Kota-san.
Hello, 金豆豆关照。
And last, my name is Mio. Thank you for your time today. So let's begin. First question for you. Where do you usually buy your courses? Real stores or website, we usually call it EC, or free market application. We have a variety of choices. Second question for you. Have you changed the way you buy courses before and after COVID-19? Our research tema: in the Japanese fashion industry, which companies are growing with COVID-19? We looked for three things: real stores, formal and casual, a website, and free market application.
Okay, from now, let's see real stores situation. Next page, please. And then let's see this score. Like business suits is the symbol of formal clothes, right? Then these three companies are like a top three company, means like a business suits company in Japan. Then mainly they are selling their suits in or at the real shops. Then you can see the net income, their score is really bad, like means deficit. Yeah, this is sad. And next page, please. And this is, let's see the department store score. Department store, basically they are selling formal and official clothes, right? Then, and department store, mainly they are selling in their official or like a real store. Then this score is the total score of Japan, means department store score. Then you can see the total is really bad, and also especially clothes are really bad, more than 30% less. It's really big damage. Yeah, next page please. Then let's think about reason. Like we really don't have opportunity to wear like official or formal clothes right now. Then for example, ceremony, like children's elementary school entrance ceremony or graduation ceremony, or like our like official party or something. We don't have this kind of official ceremony. Then also Japan has like a kind of strict job hunting system. Then that time young people buy a lot of businesses, but now they have like an interview by online, so they don't have to buy a lot. And also usual people, for example, businessman, we don't have to buy businesses because we can do our job by online remote work. That's why their kind score is really bad, we think. Next, please.
This graph shows sales in the 2020 compared to 2019 of real stores of formal and casual apparel companies. Only these two companies are positive. Sales at Nishimatsuya and Workman increased from the previous year due to the contribution of their unique apparel and non-apparel products. Next, please. We all love Nishimatsuya. Nishimatsuya is a Japanese company specializing in infant and children's products. Workman is originally specializing in work clothes, now selling a variety of attractive, high-performance, low-priced products. Next, please. This is a summary of the real stores. Although there are a few companies that are trying their best, real stores are generally hard to manage. Next, please.
Here we come to websites, what we call EC. Here I think also include application platform. Next, please. Yes, the conclusion is COVID-19 accelerates actual EC. From the left graph, we can see the shrink of offline stores, but the expanding trend of EC in contrast. And the right is an example of EC sales of fast retailing, which is the biggest EC size in Japan. We can see the increase of near 4% after COVID-19, compared with average 2% increase before. Next, please. So why EC is accelerated by COVID-19? The reasons are obvious. So the first is a large scale of bankruptcy of real stores and shops. The excessive number of shops is regarded as the biggest factor for impending EC in Japan before. The second reason is COVID-19 changes the habits of buying clothes. More specifically, the sharp decrease of willingness of going shopping outside and information and stimulators of purchasing that is limited onto internet, which attract us to purchase clothes online. Next, please. Some problems are hard to avoid during the progress of development. Here are some problems from two sides existed on EC in Japan compared with shopping offline. From customer side, problems will be like the long delivery time, troublesome return procedure, the lost information for goods, problem of out of stock, losing actual effect on body, and the lack of the merchant advice. From the maker's side, problems will be like high cost to develop own sites and applications, especially for the medium and the small companies. The price control and the fee charges from those platforms, higher risk of loss for being out of stock. Next, please.
Okay, last part is free market application. Do you know Mercari? This is the most famous free market application in Japan. Anyone can easily sell their unwanted items on their smartphone. You can easily experience shopping as a treasure hunt. Mercari's change in active users. Mercari's active users in 2020 about 3 million more than 2019. And change in sales. Sales are growing every year, especially since COVID-19. The growth has been remarkable.
Okay, at last, here is summary of our presentation. Apparel companies are difficult to operate if they have only physical stores. It's so sad, but it's true. Then the key is to have that good e-commerce site. We think. Then we think these things are important for making EC in Japan. Like do TV shopping style. Do TV shopping style in EC site. Then in this case, you don't have to show your personal data, like for example, your size, your age, your height. Yeah, like you feel free to check these products. Then if we can see discount at the same time, we feel, oh, we want to buy right now or something. So this kind of system is good. Then second one is free try-on service. For example, you will receive a sample products for try-on. Then if you like it, you can buy it. This. Then if you don't like it, you can return for free. Of course, it's difficult to manage, but like if they have this kind of service, it's gonna be really good. Then from here, like these things, the things we have to think about it. Like real shops are important too. Actually, like it's so fun to go to real stores. Like you can communicate with like shop staff. This is kind of important too. Then we shouldn't forget about like flea market apps are becoming really big competitor for apparel companies now. So yeah, we have to check these things too. So that's all our presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Let's take a short break right now and come back at 2:30 p.m. Taiwan Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Japan Standard Time. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. The team presentation is turning to NTNU team number 4. 第四组，请。 第四组麻烦分享你们的简报，谢谢。
我知道，不要紧。好，OK。你们看有吗？我是。OK。OK。
NTNU team number 4, are you ready?
下一个。哎，好久不见，哎，好漂亮，对。
队长，谢谢你的分享。
对 ，OK， 是。
已经走，只是不晓得，我不知道。但你呈现你帮忙。
OK 啊，对。
那我
好，
就是
要开始了吗？
第四组麻烦你们开始报告喽，时间已经开始了。
你们先讲第一个。
好吗
NTNU team number 4, please start your presentation.
皆さん、こんにちは。私はジェリーです。よろしくお願いします。Okay, before I just maybe have less than 10 minutes, so let's start. For education, the most important purpose is to transfer experience, brand knowledge, and answer doubts. It won't be changed by different environments and or channels. With the COVID-19 virus, people stay at home because of fear and reduce their daily life when they go out. Many commercial activities must be suspended, which also cause the loss. But instead, we have more time to study at home, through the internet and reading books. It also, we can turn crisis into an opportunity. This also gives my partner enough motivation to update and upgrade the content of her book. And this book won the first place in the best-selling list in Taiwan market. Because of the COVID-19 epidemic, it's impossible to take physical classes. So we also have brand new business models, just like adapting video recordings and putting on the internet for people to watch, publishing audio books, and actively participating in public welfare activities. Turning passive into active, we have diversified the promotion of tea ceremony in Taiwan and keep up with the tide of the times. Never stop because of the COVID-19 virus. From May to August this year, Taiwan has encountered the worst epidemic. However, during this period, we further established an online real-time tea ceremony education platform using live broadcast methods, and we also send the tea ceremony related products through the internet in the future. The virus has changed our human life more, protect ourselves, and simplify our life every single day. With drink tea, relax, and meditation, we can survive this epidemic suffering. So we combat it. So thank you for your listening and watching.
以上で、この度は日本の先生と皆様いろいろ教えていただいて本当ありがとうございました。まだぜひ会いたいんですけど、今 COVID-19 のために何もできないので、日本も行けないので、まだ次のチャンスお楽しみにしております。はい、ありがとうございました。
Thank you for your presentation. The next one is QBS team number one. Number one, please.
Okay, can you see my slide?
Yeah. Hey everyone, do you hear my voice?
excuse me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go. Start.
Then I will start. Good afternoon, everyone. We are team one from QBS, and our team members are Alice, Yano, Amauti, and Jin. And my name is Jin. I'm from Liaoning Province of China. And today we're going to talk about the current situation and future changing housing area. First of all, I will introduce the wood shock, which is one of the factors that influence the housing in Japan. Next page, please. Next page, please. Okay. Then, affected by COVID-19 epidemic, the price of food increased in Japan, and there are mainly two reasons caused the wood shock, which are the rising demand and the price of food in America, and increase of the freight cost. Next page, please. So, why the demand and the price of food increased in America? Reason is that since COVID-19, the needs for housing decreased, and until this year, with the economy recovery from the corona disaster, the demand rebound. At the same time, drastic low interest rate policy has been promoted, so the motivation for mortgage has increased. As a result, the number of housing construction projects increased 1.8 times than 6 months ago, and the price of food has 4 times higher than the price before COVID-19 epidemic. And 60% of Japanese foods are imported, so it will definitely increase the price of food in Japan. Space, please. Since COVID-19, import processing was delayed, so that shipping containers were accumulated in American region, which caused that Asia region do not have enough containers. As a result, the price of freight increased, which influenced the price of food. Next page, please. And with the wood shock happened, the demand of domestic wood will increase, and the price will increase at the same time. And according to Nikkei Business, it's supposed that the price of housing will increase 500,000 yen for every 90 square meter. Next page, please.
Okay, even the price of the wood are rising, and people who are planning to get their house are worried. But there are still many people want to buy housing. In the case of the determined item, the people who hope for the building increase from the 25.9% to 44.1%, and it's increased by about 20%. It just said that the demand for housing is rising now. And next page, please. With the influence of the corona, the number of people living in and around the country and suburbs have increased. The number of the people who moved to Tokyo increased by the February 2020 and the May 2021. Next page, please. The trading data of the housing trading carried out in the matriculated area in June 21 is simulated at the following. The number of the condominiums of the contractions increased of the 94.9% in the previous years, and the number of the second-hand house quarter was 83.6%, and the number of newly building units is higher than the previous year. The next page, please. So according to that, so many of the have-rated parties in housing in Japan, the benefits were created to reduce the burden of the consumption tax to be paid by the purchaser during the housing quarters. The person who has
completed the delivery and the new house by December 2021, and the income of the post-holding is below the contract account. The number of the benefit is up to 500,000, but the account of the payment depends on the certainty of the income of real estate. Next page, please. And another one is a tax reduction. It is a tax reduction system that can be used when individual use of the housing loan and getting house. 1% of the outstanding balance of the loan, and at the end of the year is a deduct from the income tax. The deduction period is 10 years. Next page, please.
Okay, my name is Tetsuya Yano. 大家好，我是谁？Next, I'm going to talk to you about the housing industry and house builder in Japan. First, this graph shows the number of new residence construction started in Japan. And the number of cases has been decreasing since before the COVID-19, uniformly decreasing from 95.3 thousand to 81.2 thousand for 3 years. This is followed by a breakdown of the previous number of new houses. Okay, this is followed by a breakdown of the previous number of new houses. The orange line indicate rental housing. And blue line and gray line indicate owner-occupied and for sale housing. Overall, the number of houses for rent has decreased, and the rate of decrease for rental housing has been greater compared to others. This is thought to be motivated by the rising price of condominiums and the prevention of virus infection, which has shifted the need for unoccupied housing rather than rental housing in apartment building. Next, we will analyze the current situation of house builders. This graph shows the number of houses and householder in Japan. As you can see, the number of houses has been exceeding the number of households for more than about 10 years. As a result, the housing industry is undergoing reorganization with consolidation and entry from other industries. In the future, there will be shifts toward overseas expansion, innovation, and zero energy house. I'm Yamauchi. I'm in charge of product planning in Panasonic iPro surveillance camera vendor in Japan. From now on, I'm talking about the effect of teleworking on the housing. Here is transition of the interest in local migration during this COVID-19 situation. It is increased from 25% to 37%.
1 minute left.
By Japan Cabinet Office. Next, please. This is the reason of the interest in local migration. 25% rate that they feel capability to work local as same as Tokyo because of telework. Next, please. Local migration increases but slowly. 36% of those living in the Tokyo metropolitan and interested in living in the countryside, but have not yet taken action. And some who took action for local migration regret. The reasons of that are those 3 points.
limited telework, less income, and not much jobs, community-based organization unique to Japan. The keys for promotion of local migration are to increase the value of local industries and to transform society into one based on diversity. Next, please. Japan Cabinet Office founded a website to encourage migration and introduce support money like this. Next, please. Here is an example of attraction by local town located 1 hour from center of Caucasus City by car. It looks very attractive, right? Next page, please. The wood price became higher, demand of housing dramatically increased. Innovation market is important for housing industry. Local migration is encouraged. As a summary of our presentation, it's not going to happen rapidly even if telework become normal. But number of people owning houses in local will be certainly increased. From us, that's all. Thank you for your listening. 谢谢您。
The next presentation is on NTNU team number 2, 第二组 team.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Captain Joanna speaking. Hi. Welcome to GFE and BF Flight 109 from Taipei to Hong Kong. This crew team has Captain Paul Chen. Hello, 大家好。Ken Jun. Hi, 大家好。And the chief flight attendants, Ji Wu. Hello, everyone. And the 34 Q flight attendants, Tina Chen. 皆さん、こんにちは。はじめまして。私はティーナ・チェン・チェリアロンです。よろしくお願いします。Online, the cat name. Kelly, you want to say hello? Okay, and the Queen Arlene will provide extraordinary service for you. So today, our flight time will be 1 hour 20 minutes. Just kidding, only 10 minutes per ratio flight today. Because today is supersonic aircraft. Okay, now, so we are ready for takeoff. So please make sure your seatbelt is released. And recline your seat back in the best comfortable position. Ready your electronic device and you are set to download. And one more piece, remember to run your computer and computer windows until touchdown. Thank you for joining us on Chief again. Have a nice So today's topic is aviation strategy of post-pandemic. So first of all, let's see how COVID-19 impact on world scheduled passenger traffic. So this is the official data from ICAO. It is international ICAO, International Aviation Organization. So it's the official data. We're talking about the scheduled passenger traffic compared on the year 2020 and the year 2019. The reduction of 50% see over 5 months. So it's almost half of 6. Because last year, many countries locked down and they shut down all the international travel. So, okay. So the over 90% of airlines they park their aircraft, and almost less than 50% of employees. So that reduction of 2,700 million passengers. So everybody knows how much, because when I read the number, I think maybe something is my make some mistake because I think the number is too high. So it's now 3 million, now 30 million is 2,700 million. It's around 2.7 billion. 就是27亿左右这么多 ，OK。So it's approximately US 371 billion loss of gross passenger operations in Iran. It's a huge loss. Okay, let's think about the compare level in the year 2021, this year, and the year 2030. So reduction is 35% to severe sick offered by airline, with a reduction around just 2,100 million passengers. I think that because the vaccines came out, and also people have been vaccinated, so the airlines opened up regularly. But it still lose around 3.7 billion, still a huge loss on the operation of airlines. So everyone can see this photo. So last year, so many parks in desert or airport. So airline only make money when they carry passenger travel. So all the like we told last PPT, the passenger station lost a lot of money. But last year, the China Airlines made so many money because they have many cargo freight. And so the aircraft on the ground still, it will still cost. Major cost is maintenance. So airlines still need a maintenance aircraft on airworthiness. And the pilots still need a maintain their certificate. So like me, I have to go to the United States for my recurrent training last year and the year with all my needed cost. So today we're talking about the advanced tech. Now we only continue advanced strategy. And then we will focus on the IT and the digital investment. So the contactless client experience is the trend. So I think that everyone can see right now in the airport or during the flight. So passenger always except the mask, they always the protective clothes, they always the gloves, they always the goggle. Like this. Okay, see this one, this is me, okay? So we call this now is the more cultural stations or no. There will be a trend. Yes, sometimes we need a weird time to do the flight. So maybe it's safe from the virus, but from my view, it's not safe for the flight because the coast is very hot, and then your eye reaching, your hearing, everything is not needed for flight. So touchless check-in experience is a trend, and then no touch entertainment. So the passenger can use the devices to enjoy or to see the in-flight entertainment. Or contactless payments like NFC or QR code. So the other way is digital tax. So you should leverage technology to monitor the human sector. Like maybe they can monitor you if you have fever or your cough. It's indirectly. How about directly is leveraging variable to monitor real time. I think like the iWatch or iGlasses only listing eye variable stuff. Okay, the other way is bulk device. So now you travel every country. I think now and in the future, we will see your destination passport. So digital destination passport itinerary. We can investment on this kind of stuff. So all this while passengers now want is have more safe and clean experience. And a support device and Apple face time experience. So airline employee can practice customer by assessment technology. So before the COVID, airline only spent 5% on the IT and the digital. like retail, like industry around 6%, and financial sector around 10%, or higher than airlines. So from above point of view, the airline could spend IT and automation investment now for response of pandemic quicker and the travel landscape optimization. So, お客様はただいま GFELBN 着陸いたしました。今日のご視聴ありがとうございました。また会えるのを楽しみにしています。Okay. And then let's out to this presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next is QBS team number 3. Team number 3, please.
Can you hear me clearly? Okay.
Okay, you can start.
Okay. Just a moment. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me clearly? Okay. So presentation. So hello everyone. It is a pleasure to interact with you all. We will begin with the presentation on the rise of global trade. Next page. So here are the team member. So let me briefly introduce myself as a team member for about 30 seconds. So first, my name is Hidemichi Haruna. Please call me Hide. So I am a second year student in the School of Economy. I run a real estate and nursery school company. So my main task is marketing strategy, and I'm also involved in accounting management. The image of Taiwan is very kind to Japanese people. In Japanese, the word for kindness is setsu. So next, introduce Lucky.
Hello everyone, my name is Yukawaki. I work for a pharmaceutical company, and my image of Taiwan is the Grand Hotel, and a lot of people are very good at Japanese. And today I'm so happy to see you again. Thank you. Next is Nicole.
My name is Nicole. I'm from Hong Kong, and I'm now being a university student in QBS. My image of Taiwan is the landmark of Taiwan, Taipei 101. And glad to meet you all through this program. And 很高兴认识大家。Thank you. I will pass the time to our team leader, Mr. Ito.
Hello. 你好, my name is Ito. First year student in QBS. Unfortunately, I have never been to Taiwan, but one of my favorite food of Taiwan is pineapple cake, as you can see here. It is really a delicious cake, and my friend and the family always give it to me as a souvenir when they travel to Taiwan. In the future, I am looking forward to visiting Taiwan once COVID-19 comes down. Thank you.
Okay, today we'd like to talk about international logistics and EC market after the coronavirus. First, let's talk about frequency of use of e-commerce site after the coronavirus. So maybe there were a few in the QBS team for presentation similar. So please pay attention to the red square. As you can see, so the number of people who have never used e-commerce site has decreased. So this can be seen in the graph below. So especially with the increase in telework, people are spending more time at home. As a result, receiving product will be smoother. The fifth item in the table showed the people are afraid of being infected by coronavirus for these reasons. So we can say the EC sites are expanding after the coronavirus. Please join us on the next page, Mr. Ito, please.
Hi, this is Ito again. So I will explain how COVID-19 brings the destructive impact on global logistics. This slide shows retail e-commerce sales in global. As you can see the bar chart, retail e-commerce sales have increased in recent years, and this trend will be expected to continue in the future. This trend itself is not a problem, but as blue line graph indicates, it was explosive demand in 2020. The actual number is 25.7% increase from 2019, which is 5.2% plus from previous result. Because consumer had no choice but to purchase a lot of the item by internet because of pandemic of COVID-19. Next slide, please. In addition to explosive demand of e-commerce, city lockdown, restriction on moving, tightening infection control also caused a serious impact on global schedule reliability. Please look at the green line graph. Global schedule reliability has gotten worse rapidly from July 2020, from 70-80% to 30-40%. This means that only 1/3 curve can keep the schedule. Such trend is expected to continue for a while. Next slide, please. This slide shows a global container freight index. As you can see, in May 2020 as a 100%. Since then, freight has been increasing day by day and reached more than 4.5 times in June 2021 due to the shortage of container and limited space. So from now on, Nicole-san will explain how has shipment delay affected our daily life. Nicole-san, please.
I'm in charge of talking about how has shipment delay affected our daily life. And after listening all those data and facts which introduced by team leader Mr. Ito, you may be wondering that how shipment delay will affecting our daily life. But actually, the influence is just around the corner, and they're affecting our daily life heavily. Below, you see two news that talk about how the shipment delay affecting the supply chain that will eventually affecting our daily life in reason. And the left side is the news from US. Actually, the Taiwanese strain tapioca is hitting the boom in US, but due to the shipment delay, the tapioca products as well as the ingredients of tapioca, like tapioca starch, are not able to get into US due to the shipment delay and all those logistic problems which caused by the COVID-19. And therefore, unfortunately, the tapioca drain was off the menu temporarily in this moment until the next shipment's arrival. And the right-hand side, you see the news that is from my hometown, Hong Kong, and fast food shop giants McDonald's is actually facing the shortage of their products as well. Hong Kong people favorite menu, that wing is now in shortage and is off the menu right now. And not only the food, but the dairy products like the fresh meal is now in shortage in Hong Kong as well. And for some city or country that heavily relies on importations will be heavily affected by this logistic problem in this moment. And now I will pass the time to Waki-san to talk about the conclusion which generates by our team. Thank you.
Thank you. This is Waki speaking. General conclusion. home conception of COVID-19 brought about the jump of the over ocean flight and airfare by the scarceness of container, scarceness and spaces. In addition to the Chinese Lunar New Year's Black Friday, this year we'll have 3 times, and the Christmas shopping season will be coming. The flow of fiscal distribution will be getting increasingly bad. So in our group, we also had a discussion, and please see table on the left. And this is a date released by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport and Tourism in March. And it's about air transportation volume transition table. You can see the domestic sea utilization rate in 2020 is only 51.2%, and international sea utilization rates in 2020 is only 47.4%.
Minute left.
And so the conclusion draft our group is can we carry a road using a space on airplane seats like this picture. This is a picture of ANA transporting masks last year. It was from Shanghai to Haneda. And also this conclusion had limits. So the limitation likes, first of all, since containers and spaces are insufficient and is not fundamental solution. Second, the standard of air transportation is severe. And third, the law of each other country is different. So if you have some new ideas or opinions, please tell us and let's discussion together. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. The next is NTNU team number 5. 第5组，请。
Good afternoon, scholars and students from Kyushu University. 私上です。どうぞよろしくお願いします。That's all the Japanese I can say. 还有我们在台湾的师大的我们应副校长，还有沈院长、周诗薇博士、丹文老师，大家好，各位同学。We are the 5th group of NTNU GMBA Class 109. There are 3 of us. The first one I'd like to introduce is Mr. Ke Han. He's doing the public relations, press conference, and events business now. My name is Zhang Qin. I am a Taiwanese TV senior actress and have been engaged in acting work for over 40 years. I have performed more than 100 TV series, so I'm almost 70 years old. And maybe the oldest student that you have ever seen. Our other team member is Mr. Zhang Fenglong. We call him Zhang Zhang, and his current job is General Manager at Bosch Intelligent Management Consulting Company. Zhang Zhang analyzes intellectual property rights and rights protection of domestic, medium, and large patents and trademarks, which includes Plural Master Company and Dongsen Media Company. The topic we want to report is how to respond to the impact of the epidemic. Since the global COVID-19 epidemic in January 2020, Taiwan's performing arts industry has been hit hard. The cumulative box office loss caused by factors such as suspension of filming and performances has been in the hundreds of millions. Many crews have canceled or suspended various preparations, filming, work plans in the suspended state of filming, non-production. Film and television works faced unemployment, lacked legal work status, and inability to receive public sector relief. In a severe epidemic, many artists, including myself, have no income. Some actors and actresses have gone to sell chicken chops, ramen, dumpling, coffee, desserts, drinks, children's clothing, earrings, drive taxis, and open restaurants, all trying their best to find a way out in adversity. Even so, there's an artist named Jia Yongjie. She took the lead and asked her friends to donate the life-saving artifact FHMC, a high-flow oxygen nasal cavity fully equipped system to major hospitals with an asking price of 270,000 new Taiwan dollars. Ms. Jia raised a total of 342 units worth more than $90 million. Among them are major corporations and many artists, including our classmate Zhang Weiqi from GMBA 109 and her husband, who donated two sets. Two sets. How nice of them, huh? Their donations are touching and admirable. It can also appeal to the public to actively participate in donation activities for epidemic prevention. I have strong confidence and therefore that performing arts industry will continue to thrive after the epidemic. The epidemic has proved that the masses rely more on art and culture than ever to enrich their lives in times of crisis and despair. The industry has tried different ways to bring performances and audiences everywhere, proving its flexibility and creativity. Even the primetime 8 p.m. Taiwanese television drama that I have performed in myself. Its exaggerated plots and slaps and struggles with mother-in-laws, affairs, etc., can provide the audience with some entertainment and distraction from the epidemic, compared with many other industries that can formulate countermeasures and predict development in detail. We can only continue fighting and supporting the film and television industry. This is indeed the worst and possibly most iconic era. The story of the post-epidemic situation is not over yet. We must continue to monitor it closely. Diseases and disasters have always existed in this world. Some people will recover from severe injuries and some will not. Some people will change their forms and some will maintain their inherent behavioral habits. The situation will not always be the same because the world is changing and we need to be prepared for this changing world. In addition to the escalation of the quarantine measures, the government's current policy is to obtain many vaccines as soon as possible. Japan has donated almost 4 million doses of vaccine to our country. Japan is the first country to donate vaccines to Taiwan. We sincerely thank you, Japan, for extending a helping hand, which proves the firm friendship between Taiwan and Japan. I hope and wish that the epidemic will disappear soon and our daily lives will resume back to normal. Thank you very much for your listening.
Thank you. The last presentation today is on QBS team number 2. Team number 2, please.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. This is Team 2. Oshima-san, can you hear my voice? Oshima-san, 私の声聞こえますか？
Okay, sorry.
私の声大丈夫ですね。
Okay, I hear it.
Okay. Hello everyone, this is Team 2. Our team member are Oshima, Yoshida, Kira, and Jessica. Okay, first, please let me introduce ourselves.
Okay.
Oshima-san, お願いします。
Hi, I'm Kaze Oshima. Nice to meet you. I work for the pharmaceutical company. I have traveled to Taiwan twice. I was surprised by the richness of Taiwan's food culture. The presentation by all the groups are fresh and fun for me. Nice to meet you.
Okay, next, please, Yoshida-san, please.
Hi, thank you very much. So nice to meet you. I'm Akira Yoshida. So please call me the Akira. So nice to meet you. So I work at a medical device company in global. So and then I'm in charge of the acceleration of digital transformation in the Japanese region. So my career experience is sales, marketing, people manager, and director. So thank you very much. So I'd like to have a good time with you all. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Next, Kira, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Cai Yueguan. You can call me Quilla. I'm from Shanghai, China. Now I'm a freshman in QBS. It's very nice to meet you today. Have a good time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Jessica. I'm from Henan Province, China. I came from Japan to study in 2009 and worked here after I graduated from university. Now working in a travel agency. Before the COVID-19, I was in charge of planning travel products and land operator in Japan for the cruise ships from China, mainland, or Taiwan, and Hong Kong. Now concentrating on study in QBS. I like to travel, delicious food, and I'm very happy to have the chance to communicate with you today. Okay. Now let's start the presentation. Next page, お願いします。We focus the entertainment. Entertainment includes music, traditional culture, experience along tourism and video contents. Today, we will talk about tourism and video contents. Next page, please. Okay. First, I'd like to introduce the changes in tourism before and after COVID-19. The COVID-19 is having a major impact on the tourism industry. A lot of changes may come out after COVID-19. Here, I will give you a brief explanation of 4 aspects. First, tourism as an extraordinary activity to normalization of tourism. In the past, tourism was a special social activity, and it was common for people to make plans and reservations in advance. However, the COVID-19 has made it difficult to predict what will happen in the future. It's expected that the behavior of adjusting work schedules and traveling on weekdays will become more common. Like work vacations are also expected to become more popular. Second, travel to distant places or group travel to micro-tourism or travel in small groups. Travel to distant places and group travel, which used to be done in the past, are expected to decrease, and travel to nearby places and travel by small groups are expected to increase. 3. From quantity tourism to quality tourism. Instead of focusing on the number of tourists, the trend will change to focus on improving the quality of the tourism experience. 4. From face-to-face or contact or real interaction to non-face-to-face or non-contact or online interaction. In the past, the best part of sightseeing was seeing, touching, experiencing, and interacting with the local people at a sightseeing spot. However, it's necessary to secure social distance in the COVID-19, and the online interaction will become more important in the future. The above is a forecast of how Japan's domestic tourism industry will change before and after COVID-19. Okay, next pillar, please.
Besides tourism, our group also focused on how the COVID-19 reshaped video content industry such as movie, music, festival, concert, comedy, and so on. The advantage of watching movies or concerts on site is that we can experience the splendid atmosphere of the scene to the greatest extent. But since the COVID-19 broke out, in order to prevent infection, more and more people began to choose the way of OTT instead of the way to participate in scene. OTT is over-the-top media service. We call it OTT for short. The famous one in the OTT market is Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. And at present, OTT has a 28% share in Japanese video content industry. In the present OTT market, there is about 27.6% of consumers become one of OTT user within the last 3 months. The reason can be summarized as follows. Firstly, a quarter of OTT users say that the increment of time at home is the main reason that they decided to be an OTT user in last 3 months. Secondly, by using OTT, people no longer need to go to cinema or theater at a specific time that can make use of their time effectively according to their own work arrangements. Thirdly, for those who often work overtime, it is very difficult to go to the cinema to relax themselves after work due to lack of time. However, by using OTT, people can watch movies in their free time. Meanwhile, they also can relax their pressure. In addition, for those who like to watch sports competitions, by using OTT, they can watch the games from different angles, bring them a great audio-visual experience. This is also the reason why many people continue to use OTT service. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your presentation. Thank you all for joining. Let's have a short break for a few minutes. The next session will start at 3:40 p.m. Taiwan Standard Time, 4:40.
Michelle-san.
Excuse me.
Yeah, because I thought so we finished more than earlier than thought. So if you can, if Kaneyama-san make it in 5 minutes, maybe we can start from
Earlier.
3:35. So that we can have more, so that we can have more time for interaction part.
Yes.
3:35 is okay?
Okay. The next section will start at 3:35 p.m. Taiwan Standard Time, 4:35 p.m. Japan Standard Time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Egashira-san, is Christina speaking.
Yes. I can hear you.
Yeah. Later, we are going to the President Chen Li. He gave me the summary of his lecture. So later, I will send an email to.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate very much. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah. And then
That will be good. Yeah, helpful for us to read afterward. Yeah, again.
Okay. And then now that they are still assigning the group, so maybe when they are done, I will call you. I will put your name. Okay.
So let me make sure that you have already prepared, or you needed more time.
We still need some time. They are still preparing for keying the name.
Okay. So they're still making.
Yeah.
Okay. So while you are preparing, let me just introduce or explain about this part to the participants.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
professors, 2BS professors, they will stay in the main meeting room, right? Then we faculty members can get together and have some chat. That's true, right?
Okay.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I'm going to explain to the students right now. Yeah. So for the student participants, do you hear me?
Yes.
So now we move on to the interaction part. And so in this breakout session, although we are a bit behind, so the time is should be shorter than we expected, but I expect you to feel relax and to build a good friendship. So you can, during the session, you can talk not only about the forum topic, but also anything you like to better know each other. So in addition, coordinators, including myself, and professors might move around your rooms, but they're just observing. So even when they enter, please keep talking. Don't care. So yeah. Now are you already still?
I just want to make sure. I want to make sure we score one point. So we are still going to end the go round at 4 o'clock, right? So which means that our interaction session will only be about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, right?
So 15 minutes, but okay. So let me. So if so whether we can extend 5 minutes or so. Christine Sensei, how about you? Do you think we can extend 5 minutes or so that we can have more time?
It's up to you.
Up to.
I know that you are very.
Let me ask Hoshino Sensei. 星野先生、聞こえますでしょうか？
Yes, I can hear you. To you, that's an easy
ありがとうございます。And for students, can we extend 5 minutes so that you can have more time to interact each other? Is that okay with you? Or you really want to finish the time we originally planned? If anybody problem? If anyone has problem, please put it through the chat and let me know. Otherwise, we will extend 5 minutes.
Okay, so now we changed our schedule from maybe
we can continue the interaction part up to 5 p.m. In Japanese time.
5 p.m. and 4 o'clock.
4 p.m. Yes, 4 p.m.
And then Professor Hoshina will give us a closing remark from 5 to 5 and 5. Okay.
from 5. Yes.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. 赖老师。
I got you, Hassan. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes. Go ahead.
So please move
Yes, we are ready now.
Yeah.
We are ready now.
Please send the message to the participants so that they can enter their own room. Can you start the breakout session now?
Yes.
Please start.
Please start. Okay. So we are going to assign the group station, right? Go to
Yes.
Do you want to have any announcement? Do you want to have any announcement? No? Just go to the interaction session.
For me, no.
Okay.
You can just start. Please enjoy the free talk, open talk in the breakout session.
And now I think the main meeting room, including myself, including our chairperson, including dean, I'm sorry, including our dean, vice president, and I think I see Professor Hoshino, Professor Wang, and Professor Cho Lao Shi. So I think now, and so Egushira-san, you will join us in our faculty meeting, right?
No. Speaking for myself, I'm going to moving around the sessions so that I can, say photos. Just observing. So you can,
Can you see our?
But did you give me the permission for the moving around? I can move on my own.
是你要先跟他，是你要跟他。もしもし聞こえてますか？
金山さん、はい。
こちらの教授としては最初の教授さんだけで、教授と日本と台湾の教授同士、ちょっとお話ししたいということなんですけど、一応権限は、
今出てきました。今画面が出てきました。なので、私は適当にグループを回りますので。はい、ありがとうございます。はい。
多分、教授同士でお話ししたいということで、少し皆さん。
Christine license.
不是，这个是老师吗？对。
Christine license. Could you put Professor Mokuda in the main room too?
Yes, we are in the main room.
All right. Yeah, and the Professor Mokuda.
Professor Hoshina, please stay in the main room. I think Egashira-san, she will go to other student session. Yeah. 我想说他要不要去别的？他不要去。那我就只有给那个老师。那个你来介绍一下。那你可以不用麦克风。对，你就直接讲。
所以我跟他介绍一下。
介绍一下，你跟他介紹你自己吧。那就一个一个来。
那其他老师就是在这一个台。
星野先生。My name is Yong Chen, and I'm the. What's that? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. 星野先生。My name is Yong Chen. I'm the dean for the College of Management. It's very nice to see you. Meet you here. And we have a lot of professors attending today's conference, and so I'll have them say hello to you themselves. Okay.
Nice to meet you. Hola.
那个日文怎么打招呼？啊？空邦蛙？
声音好大。
可是我怎么连接到这个啊？不对吧？要把它按掉。我什么是那个？
有看待。
会很大的回音。我的，有看到人吗？对，还有我连。
介绍，我介绍，我介绍。
你跟他说有谁在里面。
好。Okay, Mukuna Sensei, I'm going to briefly introduce our professors and faculty members who are here today. Okay, and the first is Professor Zhou. And yeah, our professors, if you see me call your name, if you hear me call your name, please make some signs to know us, to let us know that you're here, you're still awake and you're alive. Okay, so first is Professor Zhou. Professor Zhou? Okay. Zhou Shiyu Sensei. Okay, the second is Professor Xu Mei. Xu Mei 老师。徐美老师在吗？好，Professor Cho 浩正。
Hello, nice to meet you.
那彭内西哇，你去吧。Professor 赖香菊。也不在。好。
其他人正在分析。
老师 ，Shirley 洪。
Hello, nice to meet you.
黄浩庭，黄老师。
Hello.
Well, Cindy 老师。Cindy 老师。朱友林老师。林书友林老师。可以打招呼。不良。I think
hear you right.
Some of them left early, but this is the faculty that are still here. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Professor Shen, thank you very much for such a great arrangement. I expected that this forum may be, I didn't expect it this big, right? And from this side, let me introduce some professors, including me, four. Professor Takada first, he gave you an opening speech. Professor Takada, head of business school. Then the next person is Professor Mokudai. He is a former international affairs officer at our business school. Professor Mokudai. Yes. All right. And
very nice to meet you. See you again.
Yes, see you again. I've heard that the students have come back to Seoul campus, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Then the last three, I don't know which side he is in. It's Professor Wang.
Wang, Professor Wang.
大家好，こんにちは。
Yes, Professor Christine Ice.
那个有没有介绍那个王国琴的在上面。
Yeah.
钟老师。
那我们这个
COVID-19 situation in Japan. How is it? I have heard that the state of emergency will be lifted, right? It will lower the level of emergency, right?
It's getting better. The situation is getting better. However, we are having a new semester, fall semester starting on next week. Then it will be fully online. Online at the beginning, and maybe later in November or December, maybe shifting to like a hybrid teaching or something. I hope so.
Is it likely that people can fly from Taiwan to Japan or to Japan? It's okay?
It's getting, I think, no, not yet. No. I remember you had a very hard time because the license, you did the first online lecture at the business school, right? And so you faced so much trouble. You faced so much trouble teaching it online, right?
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for it.
My daughter is in Nagano for study the second year of the university. She is in online class all the time. Nagano.
Thank you.
Yeah, but sorry to jump in. Licensing was after 2 weeks of quarantine. After the two weeks, the first day at the campus, she had to deliver her first class.
Right.
That was really challenging.
Right, because we are not ready for that's a kind of an online. Alright.
So our faculty, they have heard that there's an opportunity here that they can say hello to all of you. So maybe from Shuro, say some hello. How many proportions of your classes are using hybrid mode? Because it's really challenging. Because for the first 3 weeks of the new semester, our school just start from the online mode. But later, maybe some of the classes should be used hybrid mode. So I'd like to learn something from you.
All right. Yes, sir. Professor Mokuda is in charge. So could you Professor Mokuda, could you explain a little bit about our situation, our system?
Well, we will do all classes online next the first month of the new semester, so October. But we're expecting we can start the hybrid lecture from November. And the most challenging part is the interaction between online students and physical in-person students. So we are trying to connect the in-person students and online students seamlessly. But it's the most challenging part, especially when we do the class discussion or group work. So it is still challenging. We are looking for better solutions.
Yeah, is that because most of the students are working daytime and coming to school in the evening. That's why we set up a satellite campus in the center of the city. And then only on the Saturday, they are coming to the main campus to study. So it means we have to have extra care for those business persons studying in the center of the city. Right.
Excuse me, Christine sensei.
Hey.
Okay. So actually, we are almost reaching the time. But if you want to have more time talking with the professors, I'm going to ask my students whether they want to, because since the system travel, actually they really didn't have time to talk so far.
Okay, so we still go back to our schedule that Professor Kuno Sensei will give us a closing remark at 4 o'clock. Okay, so go back to the main room.
We have like 28. But plus
这
the
这
year
学生之间的交
before,
流
6
比较
people,
比较主要。
year,
老师还
a year above and like couple a year under. 23. So we close with 52.
Yes, for example, 星野先生はでもお時間があれですよね、ご予定とかあるので。
特に予定ないんで。
多分
もし万が一仮に伸ばしても大丈夫ですかね。
Again, it's up to you if you like to.
大丈夫ですか。すみません。ちょっと今から生徒たちにも聞いてみますので。はい。じゃあクリスティ先生、どうなんかね。
So now students are going back to the main meeting room. So we are waiting for our closing remark.
All right.
Hey.
No. クリスティン先生。
Yes.
星野先生、kindly agree with my idea to extend 10 minutes for breakout session. So I'm going to ask the students whether they can extend or 10 minutes or not. Now I'm going to send the text through the chat box to all.
So it means that everybody is coming back to the main venue at 10 after 5, all right?
Yes. That's what I want to do.
All right, that's fine.
对不起，请你们小声点。没关系。
Okay, we have a good time.
Michelle， 请你请大家广播一下，请大家来。Okay.
Hello, everyone. Please come back.
Everyone, please come back.
Okay,
Yes.
this is
I think this is an innovative way to have some interaction. Yeah.
So everyone come back to the main room.
Yeah, they are come back to the main room.
Okay. So, Christine Sensei, please explain to the students. They can. Okay. Let me explain. So we can have more 10 minutes for a breakout session.
So how about late after the meeting, we can open a session for students to communicate with each other if they want.
Okay.
So but we still have some group together, a group photo together.
Yes.
And waiting for your closing remark.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. 星野先生、すいません、混乱をお招きして申し訳ないですけど。一回、so once we finish the forum, then those who want to stay here, they can use the open room, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
じゃあ、すいません、ビデオが動きます。So everyone come back. 61, I think. Yeah, I think everyone here. So we've come to closing remark. So may May I ask Hoshino Sensei to make a remark? Hoshino Sensei, よろしいでしょうか?
Yes, right. Thank you. On behalf of Kyushu University Business School, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Professor Frank In and Professor Andrew Shen for giving us such an excellent opportunity for our students to discuss with a student of NTNU, and also for allowing us to have Professor Christine Lai in our fiscal year 2020 and Professor Wang this year at our business school. It is our great honor to have both professors here as visiting professors. President Lee Han-Chen's keynote speech showed us a great potentiality for our future, especially for MBA students combining products and marketing. I'm grateful for his speech. Since we launched our business school in 2003, that's about 18 years ago, at the first business school in Kyushu region, Japan, we started the international learning program named IK, which is an abbreviation of International Consortium of Asia Business Education, IK. Something like a cyber program in the United States. See, under the program, students and faculty members have organized 2 visiting tours during the summer and the spring breaks each year to our partner schools in Asia. In my case, I've led several groups of students to National University of Singapore, Vietnam National University in Haiphong, Hanoi, Renmin University of China, Dalian University of Technology, Chengdu University, and Chulalongkorn University in Thailand, and others. The number of tours that we arranged is almost 30. More than 600 students in total participated in the program, in which they have meaningful discussion at partner schools and good learning at the local companies and organizations. To our regret, we have been unable to organize any IKM tours for the last 2 years due to the pandemic, COVID-19. Then, Professor Christine Lai understood such a situation and kindly gave us an idea of online forum for students. When we have lunch together with Professor Mokudai and Professor Christine Lai and myself, just before his return, her return to Taiwan last Friday. Then this forum is successfully organized today. Thank you very much. I really learned how business sector survive in the COVID-19 in the aspect of food, clothing, housing, and transportation and entertainment through your presentation from both sides. Thank you very much. I must say a special thanks to Professor Christine Lai, yes, and Miss Waiting Chan. Where are you? Miss Waiting Chan?
Waiting Chan.
Thank you.
Oh.
All right, thank you, Miss Waiting Chan. And Miss Michelle Chow, your MC. You're here. Then Mr. Egashira, for your excellent arrangement, and some other students for supporting this forum today. Everyone, please give them a big hand. Thank you very much. Thank you. I have had a joint research program on tourism between Taiwan and Japan with Professor Gordon Wan, Professor of Graduate Institute of Sport, Leisure, and Hospitality Management, NTNU, since 2016. And a group of NTNU faculty members actually visited our campus in 2018. See, as Professor Frank In mentioned in his opening speech, I hope that we expand student and faculty exchange program and the joint research program between NTNU and Kyushu University, and even pursue closer tie between two business schools. Lastly, I would like to thank all for attending this forum and contributing to this forum. Thank you very much. 再见.
Thank you, Hoshiro Sensei.
Thank you.
星野先生、ありがとうございました。Thank you. Thanks a lot, 星野先生。ありがとうございました。So now we are actually before we officially close, I want to take group photo. So please your video camera on, and I will say 3, 2, 1, smile. So you please smile. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. So I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, and smile. Yeah. Thank you very much. I hand it over to Michelle-san to close the forum.
Yeah, so it's a time for us to close today's online forum. And thank you all for your participation. Sincerely welcome QBS teachers and students to visit our school and TNU. So we are looking forward to seeing you again. Take good care and best wishes to everyone.
Just one additional note. So if students you still want to continue your conversation with your new friends, please stay in this meeting room, and we can use the facilities here for further communication. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in Taiwan.
Thank you, Agashia-san.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Okay, see you. Bye bye. 对，下课
教授，
你们都听到拜拜了。你在等最后人都走吗？你们刚刚的讲话讲完了吗？你们刚刚的讲话都讲完了吗？太吵了。一般人睡觉，也可以看。
谢谢大家，我们是不是就下线了？
下线了。哎呀，你看在哪里？这边。
谢谢邱老师陪我们，谢谢赖老师，今天辛苦了。谢谢轩轩帮我。
Professor Makudai, Professor Agashia-san, our classmates are going to, our students here are going to have a group photo together here. So would you mind to stay in the room so we can see your face on the screen?
Yes, I'm gonna be here. Yeah, I'm gonna be here until you finish the group photo.
Okay, good.
Okay.
他们有些日本老师跟学生都留在线上，想跟你们大家一起照个相，然后我们全班的同学大家照个相。
不要拿到那边，拿到方便。去。这个灯怎么办？这个灯。我怎么关起来？这个机我怎么都关不起。一下，我们跟他们谢谢一下啊！我们跟所有的在线上的老师们谢谢一下，然后跟他们说下次再谢谢优姐。OK， 你像那个林志玲的老公哦，长得有点像。帮忙一下，大家一起跟他们说谢谢。
谢我不在上。
来师大，你他们再来师大。
Hi, I have a quick question.
Yes.
So the main venue of NTNU is classroom.
Yes, we are in classroom.
So you're doing class face to face at
Yes.
the moment? Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any regulations for COVID-19? Like for us, we have one person for one table to keep distance between students.
Yes, but actually we go some procedure and the school allowed us to have a conference which students can have a face-to-face meeting. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But now
I can see some partitions between students, the transplants, partitions.
That's true. We have something isolated. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But so maybe I think so. So maybe it's time. Let students. Sorry.
Oh, she's everywhere.
老师，不好意思，我是那个106的主播牌。对。
这边。We just want to say goodbye and thank you to you, and then we will leave the room. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you very much. Actually, we had a very good time.
So Christine says, be safe, stay healthy, and be safe. And the situation in Japan is getting better and better. So no worries.
6号已经送旧哦。
So I hope that maybe one day that we can visit with each other, like that you fly to here or we fly to QBS.
Yeah.
And we can have some like meeting the face to face.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only a couple of hours
Thank
flight.
you.
Okay.
Okay. See you. Bye bye. See you again.
See you again. Bye bye.
Bye bye.